Well, I think there's a lot of inroads for people in terms of, you know, you can be a college student and there's something in this movie for you. You can be in your mid-30s, there's a kind of inroad there. You can be in your 60s, close to retiring, and there's a kind of entry point for you there. I also think for people who love books and music, it's a kind of celebration of these things. And I mean, it's a kind of almost fetishization of reading and books, and I think that for a certain, book readers are a little underrepresented in the cinema, so maybe people responded to it from that perspective. And it's also about love and change and growing up and all these universal themes. So I don't think you ever have to grow up, or I don't think there's any rules, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at a certain point, you got to stop behaving like a jackass, right? I think you do. I think you do. It gets unseemly after a while. Does that mean we're living longer? Well, what is 20? 20 is like being lost. I guess we're kind of delaying the really getting your act together, right? Isn't that what's happening?
I think that's,
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm now at a point where I'm kind of interested in like a little more settling, not necessarily, traditionally, but more, maybe I'm just tired. I don't like going out as much. What's happening to me? Mornings are becoming more interesting than nights. Like nighttime used to be where it was like, oh, the night's happening. Now it's like the night's happening. I'm exhausted, and morning is like, oh wow, I have some coffee and do something right. Well, on some level, it's just like a new way of communicating. Like there's all sorts of texts and emails. You can be romantic in that form, I suppose. Right? I think you can. I've heard about it. Well, I think if my film has any cultural impact, to bring back the handwritten letter would be a great thing. Because I still get them every once in a while, and it's always shocking how exciting it is to read that someone, because it also speaks to the kind of labor involved. I mean, even the addressing the envelope and putting a stamp on, rather than there's this funny kind of online greeting place I think it's called Some E-Cards, and it says when you care enough to hit send, and that's kind of like nowadays all we do is hit send. So there's something nice about that, that just the kind of labor involved in writing something. But yeah, people are lousy spellers, and I'm a super snob about spelling. I'm just like, I've always been a little jerk about that. But I can overlook it. I'm not gonna say no to a handwritten letter if it's misspelled.